Sounds like science fiction, a car that doesn't just drive you places, but powers the place you live. Sounds like a futuristic movie? Not so fast. Tech expert Jennifer Jolly shows us how your car might just help save you and the grid sooner than you think. Thanks for joining us, Jennifer.
Thank you so much for having me. You know, it really does sound, and it actually feels like science fiction, but when the power went out during our first big windstorm of the year right here last week, this GMC Sierra EV AT4 kept everything up and running. Lights, Wi-Fi, fridge, ta-da! It's so simple, all just like that from the battery inside this vehicle. Since 1 in every 4 houses lose power every year, with outages expected to be some 3 times worse by 2030, GM and several other automakers are now doubling down on this massive shift toward this kind of vehicle to home and even vehicle to grid push.
Now, how does it all work?
Well, the key is right over here with the GM Energy Home System. It kind of looks like a series of sleek, cool filing cabinets, but it's like a personal ATM for power. You can deposit energy from the grid when it's cheap or from your solar panels during the day, and then withdraw that power at night, say during peak prices or when the grid goes down. And when your EV plugs in with vehicle-to-home bidirectional capability, you've basically got this second supersized ATM account of sorts that can keep the essentials running for days. Not just 1 or 2, but several, depending on how you use it. It's pretty amazing.
It really is, but how many people actually need this or will use it?
Okay, so the fact that we needed it and used it in the 2 weeks that I will have had this vehicle, it says a lot. But it's a lot more people than you might think because it has a really big ripple effect for a struggling and aging grid as well. So much that your local utility company may actually pay you to use your EV, this giant, awesome backup battery, in smarter ways and give you all kinds of extra perks. So check in with your power company. I did a quick check right before this segment. You might be surprised by the incentives they're rolling out. SDG&E here in San Diego pays up to $2,700 a year. Programs like that popping up all over the place. And I spoke with GM's energy team last week. They are teaming up with utilities across the country to make sure that drivers and homeowners are able to actually take advantage of those savings.
We love that localized research and that news we can use. Do we need that exact truck or will any EV work?
I mean, this is a really cool, awesome powerhouse truck. This is one of the most amazing vehicles I've ever driven. But here's the deal. Most GM EVs already have bidirectional capability, and that's what you need. A lot of other EVs have that already too. By this time next year, I think there's like 3 EVs right now in GM's ecosystem that don't have bidirectional capability. By this time next year, they'll all have them across the EV fleet. And then a lot of people are investing in this kind of smart home energy system as well because it's really future-proofing your biggest personal gadget, your vehicle and your home. So it gives you a lot of peace of mind and control during natural disasters or utility outages, but it's also just super cool. And depending on kind of that way of the future that we're seeing with the aging grid, it gives you back a lot more control. Instead of wasting energy, you're using it smarter. Instead of waiting for the future, you're actually living in it right now.
And that is a win. Where can we find more information?
You can read all about my personal experience trying this out at techish.com or go to gmenergy.gm.com for more information on all this stuff I've shown you here.
Jen, we thank you so much for always keeping us plugged into all the greatest in the tech and auto world.
Thank you.
And we thank you for joining us on San Diego Living. We'll see you next time.